Good morning, guys. So today I'm going to be talking about why I changed my diet, how I changed my diet, and yeah. So in yesterday's What I Eat in a Day video, I told you guys that I recently, which this is very recent, just like 2 days ago, today's day 3, changed my diet, and that I would talk about it today. Bubba's always squeaking his toy. Whenever I make a video, he starts squeaking his toy. Like, he never ever squeaks his toy unless mom's making a video. Anyway, so I wanted to talk about why I changed my diet and how I changed it, and just the like mental aspect of what I'm doing, because for a lot of people they might be like, that's not really a big change, Hannah, like whatever, you know, but for me this has honestly been and was the most resistant change that I've like ever had to make since going plant-based, and I resisted it so much, and I thought that it would be so hard and all this kind of stuff, but I decided to switch my diet to completely salt-free. So I know, like, in the past I've talked so much about, you know, why I eat salt and that salt's not bad for you and like all this kind of stuff, and that, you know, it's better because your food's more satisfying and like you eat less and yada yada yada. But recently I have been watching a ton of Dr. Goldhammer and Dr. Lyle's videos. If you don't know them, they run the program at True North, which is a whole foods plant-based recovery center for people who have like food addictions. They do like fasting, and they do just helping people overcome diseases and ailments and all that kind of stuff through a natural whole foods plant-based diet and through fasting and things like that. Derek and I have been watching so many of these videos. It's like absolutely ridiculous. The thing that I want to say is that I don't think that I was like wrong about salt, because salt isn't bad for you. In no way is it like so bad for you that like you're gonna get fat and you're gonna die and like all this kind of stuff and you have to completely cut it out of your diet. And a lot of plant-based doctors will say like it's fine to add salt to your diet. Like Dr. McDougall and Dr. Lyle actually says like salt's fine in small quantities, and you know that the bigger picture is just getting the meat and dairy out of your diet and all that kind of stuff. So like when I first obviously went to a whole foods vegan starch-based diet, it was very easy for me to lose weight. I like praise Dr. McDougall to this day, because for me like eating a high fruit diet just wasn't very satisfying. Like my thing is starches, and my addiction really is salt. Like I am so addicted to salt. It's really my only vice, and the reason that I wanted to take it out of my diet and that I wanted to make this video and that I wanted to talk about it is because I've learned so much about food addiction and salt and the way, you know, that we emotionally eat and just like everything in the last couple days, which I will do more videos on this. But the reason that I'm taking salt out of my diet is because salt is just a huge appetite stimulant. For some people it's not as bad. Some people really prefer sugar, or they prefer, you know, fruit or like maple syrup or sugary sweet foods. Some people really prefer salty foods, and some people really prefer like fatty foods. But the trifecta of the three is why, you know, America is like so overweight, because salt, oil, and refined sugar are literally like chemicals that we're putting on top of our foods that are overstimulating our appetite. So what happens when we eat salt, refined sugar, and oil is it actually stimulates the dopamine center of our brain. So these things are obviously found in nature in tiny, you know, small quantities, because food is supposed to be pleasurable. Like if it wasn't pleasurable, it wouldn't, you know, we wouldn't have survived as a species. So it is supposed to be pleasurable. It's supposed to be a good experience. We're supposed to love food, seek out food, things like that. But the problem is when we take the, you know, things that we seek out, so we seek out sugar, we seek out salt, we seek out, you know, fatty foods because they are the most nutrient dense, and we want to conserve the most energy so that we can live along as a species, right? So we seek out the fatty foods, we seek out salt, we seek out sugar. What happens when we take these out of foods and we condense them and we start putting them on all of our foods and putting them together in large amounts is that we stimulate that dopamine center times like 1,000. So we're getting a huge pleasurable like bliss from our foods that is not natural. and we become literally addicted to foods, and we start using foods the same way that we use drugs. We use it, like I said in my other emotional eating video, to like make us feel better, to, you know, relieve boredom and anxiety and all these types of things, because we are literally getting a dopamine rush off of these foods. So I am going to be talking about this a lot more in the future. But yes, I've totally, so before I wasn't eating like a ton of refined sugar. Like I would have maple syrup, and I would have, I don't know, I did eat some processed food, so I wasn't like perfect, right? But I have totally taken out salt, all salt from my diet, and all refined sugar. So no maple syrup, no coconut sugar, no, you know, bee-free honey, no refined sugars whatsoever in my diet, or any salt for like the time being. So obviously, like, this isn't something that I'm gonna be able to do 100% of the time, because I'll probably, you know, like when I travel or when I go out to eat with Derek or something like that, it might be like 1% of the time where I actually have something with salt in it or whatever in it, just like I eat now. But at home, like, I was adding so much salt to my foods that it was so pleasurable and addictive to me that like I was eating so much more. So I'm gonna actually talk about like my first week on this experience in another video, but I just wanted to update you guys. If you want, let me know what you want to see below. If you want me to do like what I ate for 30 days salt free, or if you want me to do what I ate videos every day, or start doing SOS free, which is salt, oil, sugar free recipes and things like that. But I'm very excited about it. I've had amazing experience so far in the first 3 days, and I just really wanted to talk to you guys about it quickly, and I will talk about it a lot more in the future. But I hope that I could explain this in a way, you know, that I don't sound too stupid. But I don't think that I was, you know, completely wrong about salt in the past. Like, salt isn't totally bad for you. But the things that I've learned now, I honestly believe that the closer that we can get to a whole foods natural diet without any additives or anything like that, the thinner and the leaner and the happier and the healthier that we will actually be. So that is what I'm striving for. And yeah, leave me any comments or any videos that you guys want to see below, and I will see you tomorrow.